Coming to you from Little Rock, Arkansas, welcome to Sips on the Rock with Legacy Wine and Spirits. Join hosts and store owners Johnny Akins and David Bevins, along with product expert extraordinaire Jake Dell, as we chat about booze, news, and other happenings in the wide world of wine and spirits. Now, let's get to sipping.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sips on the Rock.
Hello and welcome to
episode 13.
Episode 13, that's right. I kind of got lost there for a second.
We're 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, if you can believe it. So the next couple of episodes, we're going to be doing a lot of talking about wines and spirits and products that you need for your Thanksgiving holiday.
We will be instructing you how to enjoy properly.
Right.
Without ringing a family member's neck.
That's right. Yeah. How to get through the holidays.
So, a lot of people don't realize that the Wine Wednesday before Thanksgiving is the single busiest day of the year in our store here. Just tons of wine going out the door.
Yeah, it's the last Wine Wednesday before Thanksgiving, which means that any items that are not already on sale, you get 20% off on them. So that's all. Everybody just kind of bum rushes us that day so they can make sure they're fully loaded and stocked and ready to go before the family comes over.
Right, get your cases and armload fulls.
I know there's people that only shop with us one time a year, and it's because the family's coming and like, let's get a case of wine.
Yeah, that's right.
The wine day before Thanksgiving. I imagine it's like that in all higher end wine stores. The discount day before Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then New Year's are the big ones.
Yeah, but Thanksgiving is definitely more bulk.
Right,
yeah,
right.
They're literally going out the door with cases.
New Year's, we see more customers, but everybody's just getting one bottle.
Mm-hmm.
This holiday, everybody's getting tons.
Yeah. So that's the January New Year's Eve. It's the highest traffic day, but yeah, they're just kind of coming in for
a bottle or two, just to have something to pop at midnight.
Yep. Can't wait till we pop a bottle on the last one before New Year's.
No,
right?
Do something special.
Yeah. So, we are here in the holidays. So we do have, before we get started on the rest of Thanksgiving, we have the whiskey lottery coming up. I know a lot of you are familiar with it already. Some of you might not be. But, all of the big whiskeys that we collect throughout the year, the highly allocated ones, we rat hole away and do our Christmas whiskey lottery. Yeah,
so the best way to learn about how our whiskey lottery works is to go to legacylr.com. Scroll down to the very bottom. If you click on whiskey lottery, it'll kind of outline how the whole process and how it works. But also make sure that you download our Legacy app, Legacy Wine and Spirits app. You can get it on Apple and Google.
Apple and that other
for those Google folks, for those Google people. But we send out push notifications through that app.
We do some cool stuff through the app.
Yeah,
but it's not annoying.
No.
We don't send out.
We don't do it like every day or every week. But there's some secret and like specialty stuff we'll only do through the app.
Yeah, so, and if you're not in the know, you don't know.
That's right. And so
come up with that.
I did.
Spur of the moment. We'll send out Easter egg notifications just like we do on the show, where every once in a while we'll say, "Hey, we just released a few bottles of blah blah blah," and they go quickly, so you have to be really paying attention.
And there's no rhyme, no reason. Yep, we just our whiskey closet is literally bursting at the seams. So download the app. There will probably be several things happen before the whiskey lottery even, I would imagine.
It's funny. I don't know if we've ever actually explained why we call them Easter eggs, because of the whiskey lottery. And sometimes like throughout the year, we'll have too much of our allocated whiskeys to hold until Christmas. So we'll try to, release some throughout the year. And we decided one year we were going to do an Easter egg hunt in the store with whiskey. And so we would go hide all these cool whiskeys all around the store where they're not supposed to be, and then announce, for adults to come in and do their Easter egg hunts. They'd line up outside the door and they'd come in, and it was really cool. We actually need to do that again.
Yeah, it was cool. Of course, we had a couple of people that thought
it was
just
free.
because you found it, doesn't mean it's free.
I win a prize.
Yeah, no,
the prize is you get to pay for that bottle.
Yeah, and that's same for the whiskey lottery. Whiskey lottery
Right.
doesn't mean you won a bottle of anything.
Legally, our hands are tied. We cannot give away free booze.
Can't
It
give
is
away alcohol.
illegal. So,
the whiskey lottery, we used to do a big glossy printed magazine, but print media is dead, right?
Yeah, right, and expensive.
So we stopped doing that, and it'll be on Facebook Live, and we kind of talked. It's not going to be tied into doing it on the podcast because that would be kind of boring.
Well, we send out a list to our folks that have the Legacy Wine and Spirits app. We send out the list, each day of what's being released the following day.
So yeah, you'll know if you're really hunting for Pappy 15,
which we will not sell.
Well, yeah,
right, yeah.
X bottle, fill in the blank of something. Taylor, whatever.
Yeah. Well,
it's not going to have every day that you're just like, you can tune in, or you can get the app and get notified on.
So I've kind of lost count. To elaborate on that a little bit more, we actually don't sell our Pappy Van Winkle allocations anymore. So those bottles, when they come in, they are they go to.
We're about to be like, now why don't we?
Thanks to you folks.
No, we're not going to dive into that.
Not yet.
Yeah,
that'll be later.
Dive into that, but we donate those to charities, and it's really cool. I'm glad that we've switched gears on that because we've been able to. Last I counted, I think we were around $40,000 in monies that were raised for local charities, and so we're really So, anyways, speaking of whiskeys, we got the Maker's Mark whiskey,
our barrel
select.
Barrel select. Yeah.
And
it just rolled in the door.
Rolled
literally right before the show.
Yeah. We said it was coming and it is in.
So we'll probably do a deeper dive into that one maybe after Thanksgiving. I don't know.
If there's any left, the makers go so quickly.
Yeah. But I mean, we'll open a bottle and talk more about it. Yeah.
Well, and we'll have one on the tasting bar.
Of course. Well. As always.
And it's so hot off the truck. I'm not even sure that it's in our system yet. So.
No, I'm sure.
Right.
Well, Rachel's probably diligently working away at her desk as we speak. So anyway, Thanksgiving is coming up. And with any, nice celebration, I always like to start with some bubbles. It's just a great way to liven the spirits.
Once people are arriving,
have
somebody with a tray coming around,
right.
Feel all fancy, champagne flutes out there. And that does kind of tie into talking about digestifs later on, because a lot of people, sparkling wine is an aperitif.
Right. That's right.
Gets the palate ready for, you have some crackers, some hors d'oeuvres, something to really get your appetite going.
While you're waiting on everyone to get ready and arrive,
the last few dishes to finish cooking and let everybody get settled.
That's right. What's going to be on your Thanksgiving table, by the way? Where are you going?
I mean, I always go to my mom and dad's, and we'll be doing that.
I'll do traditional turkey dressing.
Yeah. The usual.
All the things.
Yeah.
Cool.
My favorite thing that my mom has done since I was a kid, and I always have to. She's like, if you want one dish, let me know, to me and my brother. But the green bean bundles wrapped in bacon and cooked in brown sugar.
Oh yeah.
I love them so much.
Throw some teriyaki on there.
I think she does.
And grill them.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
They're awesome.
I'm right there with you.
Even the next day, obviously leftovers, Thanksgiving leftovers are top tier leftovers.
Oh my God. Like a turkey sandwich.
Yeah.
Like by far something to look forward to.
Mix the mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, stuffing all together, and then throw some turkey in there in a bowl. And
y'all are speaking all my languages.
Go to town. So what are you going to drink with your turkey?
Well, we're talking turkey already. Oh. I mean, typically white wine.
Yeah.
If we're staying in that category, not talking beer or whiskey or anything, but you want something, the kind of code easy answer to wine pairings is, if the meat is white, lighter colored, you want white wine. Fish, turkey, pork. And then if the meat is red, the meat is dark, you want red wine, which obviously that's just a baseline guide, not always true. And there are also different cool things you can do crossing those up. But that's the idiot's guide to wine pairing.
Yeah, right.
Is the meat's white wine. You want something lighter. You want something that's not going to overpower the meat. Turkey's a lighter flavored meat too. So if you had something like gamey or Cornish game hens, then you might step it up a little bit. Yeah, some lighter red or some kind of crazy weird Italian white, maybe. I don't know.
I like to blacken mine with Cavenders.
Your white wine?
No, the turkey. The turkey. The blacken it with Cavenders and then smoke it, and that can hold up to a strong wine.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, and then if you deep fry it too, then you could.
I've never tried that.
Well,
seen so many disaster videos.
Yeah.
Growers throwing a frozen turkey in the hot oil.
Too much oil in there and it overflows and catches on fire.
Long time ago, my parents, I think they maybe tried to do it once or twice, and it was actually really good.
But it is good.
It's a process.
Yeah.
And it is dangerous as hell.
Right. Do it outside of the driveway.
In the middle of your yard.
Yeah. Not by the burn pile.
Yeah.
Well, we do have to light ours off soon. Maybe we'll go fry a turkey by it. See what happens. So anyway, so whites with
rosés work really well too. Obviously, same principle.
Rosé is an all-day wine. That can take you from the beginning of the meal throughout the evening.
I think we have a wine called All Day Rosé.
All-day rosé, we do.
But yeah, that's something that you can keep drinking and won't weigh your palate or stomach totally down.
Right.
Drinking 14% Syrah all day.
Right. Well, speaking of, I did pick a big heavy Zen. Of course, Ridge is outstanding. Doesn't really
We're
matter.
about to get the Montebello from Ridge.
Oh, nice.
Next week, I think.
They
killer wines.
Oh man, incredible! They're top-notch wines. No matter which location they come from,
right?
They're all really, really good. But it's a bolder, stronger, palate-punching wine.
Sure, and that's something that could go with dessert. Depending on what you're doing.
Well, let's roll right over to dessert then. We've talked about Schlinkhaus before. They had those Rieslings we spoke about a few weeks ago.
Right.
There's the Baron Auslese. That's this is for your dessert, or you can have a port. If
fortified wines, big time, with dessert
definitely.
stuff, ports, sherries.
Get your pumpkin pie and glass of port.
Yeah, tawny port, especially with those hot pies, pecan pie, pumpkin pie, tawny port works really good. The nuttiness of the tawny port always works well with pie crust and obviously nut-based pies.
Nut-based pies.
Pecans.
Everyone around here was there was, I guess, some sort of a poll going around on what's your favorite
dessert,
Thanksgiving dessert, and I'm not really sure.
It was dessert in general because
Leah, just dessert in general.
In her extreme generosity, I think she's going to make something. And
she was just trying to get a poll to see.
So she was trying to see. She came to everybody asking, "What do you not like in dessert?" So she could X that out, and then it was like, sweet. "What's your favorite?" And she said a lot of people were just like chocolate. It was like
boring.
Be specific on like a dish.
Huh.
Okay, so what is your favorite?
My absolute favorite
I know this answer.
Dessert,
We said it the other day.
Yeah, key lime pie.
Oh,
yeah,
key lime pie.
Which, is it?
Or cheesecake. But yeah, I like the cold pies. The cold pies, the cold cakes, more than the hot.
Like a cheesecake, like a pumpkin, like pumpkin cheesecake.
See, pumpkin pie is perfectly fine cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what about y'all? Favorite dessert?
I'm gonna have to be cliche and say it's pecan pie. That's my absolute favorite. Like, it doesn't matter what time of year it is. If there's one in front of me, I'm gonna eat it.
See, that was what I said. No, I didn't like on when she asked.
Oh, really? God, I love pecan pie.
So I like sweet potato. Can substitute pumpkin, but it's not the same.
Sam's
marshmallow fluff on
Sam's
top.
Barbecue has got the best sweet potato on the planet. It is so good. I know that. What's the other
barbecue joint?
There's another sweet potato pie that's famous around here, but I can't remember.
But St. McIntosh.
Oh yeah, St. McIntosh.
What is that? Where is?
Well, he's no longer with us. But it's an old family recipe.
Actually, I think I saw a food truck or something recently that said something about their pies on it.
We did see that.
Bought the recipe, and
I don't know where that was.
I don't either. But sweet potato pie is a really good one for the holidays.
Yes, it is. I always say that I'm not a big fan of sweets, but I always find myself eating them anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
'Cause you just like them in your beer.
Yeah.
That's right. So speaking of beer, if one were so inclined, what's a good Thanksgiving Day beer?
Wow, catching me off the cuff here. I would say a Scotch ale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something again that hits that point of being medium bodied, but malty, man, big time sweet, sugary, brown sugar notes, caramel. That would work really well with desserts and stuff. And cool weather. We've talked ad nauseum about weather and types of beer and stuff, but beer, if you're not talking a specific dish, it gets to me a little dicier on just like a beer for a holiday or a beer with an entire meal or Thanksgiving foods, because
dessert or
yeah, because there's certain types of beer that would be great with some of the side dishes. I love IPAs. I probably wouldn't be drinking for food pairings with a lot of Thanksgiving type of dishes. IPAs would kind of dominate the flavors, and you don't have some of the classic flavor pairings like citrus. You don't get a lot of citrus stuff in foods in Thanksgiving, which IPAs work well with, and spicy stuff. There's not usually a lot of citrus based or spicy stuff on people's Thanksgiving plates, which that's what IPA really works well with.
Yeah, I was thinking the only thing really on the Thanksgiving table I can think of that would pair well with an IPA would be the cornbread. The cranberry dressing.
Yeah.
Especially like a jalapeno cranberry recipe.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. IPA all day.
And if you were doing IPA, I guess, I'd think old school West Coast, like bitter, punchy, like Torpedo or Lagunitas or something.
Right.
Not new school, newfangled, orange juicy, New England IPA.
Okay, cool. So now we've had our bubbles. We've eaten the turkey, drank the rosé. We've done the port or late harvest Riesling.
And you're about to pass out in your recliner watching the game.
Before that, we need you need help a little help digesting.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Keep you awake so you can continue watching the game.
So we need a digestif.
So aperitifs and digestifs are words you might not hear often in Arkansas or even in your normal drinking circles in America, but they are used in Europe so bigly. Aperitif before the meal to get your appetite up, but then a digestif to help you digest everything. Is there a lot of science behind it? No.
Sure.
Yeah.
I never actually got into digestifs until a friend of ours was I can't remember, maybe last year, maybe even last holiday season, said, let's, take a little shot of Jaeger after dinner. And I was like, Jaeger, we're not at a bar.
Right. We're not
in college anymore.
But I did sip it a little bit, and it actually did help.
Yeah.
With the.
So there's a few different ways people can go with digestifs, and a big one is Amaros. And maybe we've talked about Amaros a little bit on the show before, but Jaeger was a tradition. Came from being an Amaro that turned into the party drink.
I did not even know there was a digestif.
Amaros are usually bitter herbal liqueurs that have tons of proprietary secret herbs and spices in there that are supposed to help digest, settle the stomach. Mm-hmm. Coffee liqueurs are another one, which also makes sense because people have a little cup of coffee after a meal.
Right.
But the one we have here, Fernet Branca, if you worked in the restaurant industry, you might be more familiar with, because that's the thing back of the house. Do a shot of Fernet at the end of the night. But this is an Amaro made in Italy, and it's very bitter. Something it's not sweet at all. Something you got to kind of get used to. But man, once you kind of get a taste for it, it's good. And you want something in a digestif, obviously, that's not heavy. Again, say that so many times today, but not going to add to your fullness. Something that's lighter in body, higher alcohol-ish compared to maybe a wine or something. But really, again, like I said, is there a science to it? Not a lot, but it's a tradition thing, and it's a cool thing.
Yeah, I'm sold. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, just give me a reason to have one more drink.
Right.
At the very end.
I mean, speaking of, where throughout this day are you going to fit a cocktail?
Oh, did we just slide? Well, that's before the champagne,
Right?
while you're cooking.
Need something strong.
Yeah.
Instead of a shower beer, have a shower cocktail.
Right.
Have a lid. You got to have a sippy cup, a little straw.
No, I pulled this bottle because we happen to have some. Sazerac is one of those tremendous houses. They've got all kinds of spectacular products. And we just so happen to be sitting on some Sazerac right now. And lo and behold, my favorite cocktail is probably going to have to be a Sazerac. Rye cocktail, traditionally made with Sazerac, hence the name. Spray a little herb scent in your glass, a little castor sugar, and some bitters, pachodes, and aromatic as well. Stir it up in the sugar, and it's
absinthe.
Yeah.
Okay. You said herb saint?
Herb scent. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's the same. Right.
Right. So that's what I kept waiting you to. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
No. I'm please. I'll defer to you on the Sazerac because that's not one I've had a couple. But
a lot
of absinthes are just really high dollar. And you don't need a $7.50 for literally a spritz in your glass.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you get like a little pint or a half pint of the herb scent, put it in a little
spritzer.
Atomizer.
Atomizer.
No, I've got one of these in my bar at home, and it's awesome. It's just like a little aerosol spray. You just coat the inside of your glass because you just want a flavor,
right,
from the absinthe. And a lot of like you go to a bar and they're going to like pour some in the glass and try and swirl it as they dump it out, and it's wasteful.
There's one brand that we have in a 100 ml.
Yeah. The little tall, slender one.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name either.
Speed
but we've got
sells
that.
it to us.
Yeah, the black one with the little.
That's
a cap.
Green.
That's
with
green.
The
Clear glass.
Silver cap.
We finally got one of the chartreuses back in. I know we were talking recently how those are going away.
I mean, we need to rat hole some of that.
I thought the green was going away, right?
They all are.
From the American markets, or at least our market. Before we moved on from Sazerac rye whiskey specifically, that is one that we used to hold for our whiskey lottery.
Right.
And we almost never see a product move from that territory into we can actually kind of regularly get it now. And so we even can get more than a 6-pack at a time.
Oh my God.
Recently, I don't want to,
jinx us.
Right. Jinx us. Like Angel's Envy was like that too. Angel's Envy for a year or two was in the whiskey lottery. Now it's pretty easy to get. The regular.
Look at us moving on up.
Mm-hmm.
Right. 10 steps back, 1 step forward.
Yeah.
So the Sazerac that's on the table now is not it's not an Easter egg. It's just here for the.
We don't have to Easter egg them anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, if you want. I mean, we're still doing one per person, so you can't come in and buy it all. But we have it in our beautiful reserve room. So
I think we've got maybe 12 plus bottles.
Yeah, we got double digit.
Yeah, I mean that's substantial for Sazerac in Arkansas.
It's something we used to have to hold.
So come get some Sazerac while you can. Treat yourself before the Thanksgiving holiday.
These bottles like Sazerac, and what they're saying about some of these whiskeys that we're getting more of, so much so that we can let some of them go and not have to hold them for a holiday or a reason. But they're not for sale on the website because we're trying to do one per person type situation. So on our website, we have no way of saying you can only have one. So we've had instances in the past where those things have gotten on the website and somebody's bought everything, and we're like, oh, no, we can't do that. Sorry.
But you could call in and place an order for one.
Yeah, we'll hold one for you. Yeah, if you can't make it out, this week or something.
Right.
We'll work with you.
I mean, we want to sell it.
Right. Surprisingly, we do.
We just don't want to sell it all to one person.
Yeah.
Well, that goes with how we do our whiskey lottery, because other stores, every store is different, not pointing fingers. Other stores will save their Pappies, their Blantons, their Heim bottles, and they won't ever not only put them on the shelf, but they'll just save them for their big high roller customers and call them, say, hey, we got a bottle. I'm going to hold it for you because you spend so much money with us. That's a cool way to do it. Nothing against it. We like a more everybody has a chance type of thing, because there are other stores who will also put it on the shelf and jack up the price like $400 or something.
And there's some stores that will actually like work off a list. So if you come in and say, put me on the list for a size rack, you could be
rest assured your name is going on that list.
Right. Yeah. I'm sure you've seen the list. Yeah, it's right here.
So there's lots of different ways that people handle their allocations. We decided a long time ago we were going to do it as fairly as possible.
Yeah, random chance.
Yeah,
that's right.
Even
we have a big, beautiful barrel spinning wheel. We put tickets in there, and there is no way to cheat it. We can't even if we wanted to.
No, not at all.
David and I, being the owners, have never acquired our own bottle of Pappy from this store.
It's true.
All of our bottles of Pappy have either gone to customers or gone to charities.
Yeah.
So we try to be as fair as possible with these and make it fun. The lottery is actually a lot of fun for people. Pre-COVID, we used to have
about to start talking.
Yeah, we used to do it in the store. You'd come in one night, we'd have a list.
There'd be a big old crowd,
crowd downstairs,
because we'd always say you have to be in person to win, so we could force people to shop while they're waiting. Sample some cream liqueurs at the bar, and then Jimmy would stand up on the counter and like an auctioneer, reading off numbers. Who got it?
Yeah.
Who got it? Step forward. Come on down.
Here's what this product is. Here's the ABV. Here's the price.
Oh, Jimmy Bubbles.
But yeah, so since COVID, we actually kind of moved towards doing the drawing the day before. You can come in and get your tickets the day before the drawing for whatever items we're going to have that day, and then we just announce them online. And even after then, it's gotten a little bit easier for us to manage it that way. So we're just kind of stuck with it because when we have
it was causing, just problems on the floor for people who are just in there to shop.
Right.
Yeah. If soccer mom comes in to get her wine and she can't even get to the counter because all these whiskey folks are like in there for a ticket. Yeah. I win.
Nudging her out of the way. Right. The closer they stand to the register, the more likely they are to win.
Yeah.
Ladies in my way.
There may be another time, maybe not during the holidays. We may try to do that type of style for another drawing later in the year when it's not quite so hectic.
Yeah. It is a lot of fun. It's fun seeing someone get so excited about getting something that they've longed after. It's just a really cool deal. That's why we like to spread the love.
Give the average Joe a chance to snag something to really show off to your friends and cherish.
Yeah. Not for sale on secondary.
It's supposed to be fun and not cutthroat, max profits.
So, also a new tidbit of information. We are now on YouTube. So all of these videos that you see on we recorded live on Facebook, and then our producers pull it and tweak it and make it pretty and stuff, and then drop it on Tuesday on all the podcasts. But we're also now on Tuesdays. I guess on Tuesdays is when
I'm not sure. We'll have to ask our producers extraordinaire.
Yeah, at the same time that they're dropping the audio for the podcast, they're also going to be uploading these videos that we're recording live on Facebook to YouTube. So if you just want to see our pretty faces and you missed the live Facebook,
I know you were a little hesitant about it. Like, do people really watch?
I didn't want to like overload, Jeffrey and them with more words.
Very nice of you.
well, for no reason, I was just like, I don't know if people are actually going to go out and watch the YouTube video.
Yeah, I think it's more convenient to watch that type of stuff on YouTube than search for it on Facebook.
That's true.
There's a couple podcasts I watch on YouTube.
That seems to be like
it's a thing.
More and more the more common place to get podcasts.
Yeah,
is on YouTube.
Because not everybody's in their car for hours during the day, or like is gonna wear headphones all the time. And so you can pull up a little video on your phone.
So the Tesla now has it built into the dash, a podcast
I can
channel.
literally, I can go into, I can just tell my car, listen to Sips on the Rock, and it just pops it up.
Say, Tessie, let me watch Jake on the way to work this morning.
Tessie.
So I guess that's about all the time that we have for today. Is there anything else we wanted to
Well, I mean, yeah, let's talk real briefly about what we did
I do want to say
Tuesday.
before we move on, right? So the YouTube channel is not just going to be us throwing the videos on there. We're going to have some other content on there.
Some goof and shenanigans.
So yeah, we'll be able to do some weird cocktail videos or maybe out and about type of stuff. So,
well, and go subscribe to it because you know, once we reach so many people, we start getting paid, and then that's when the big money starts coming in.
And I mean, I know it's funny to phrase it like that, but that gives us more money to do cooler type of things for our podcast entertainment budget.
I was actually kind of teasing because I don't know that we'll ever make those numbers.
No, sure not.
What kind of numbers do you have to have
I have no idea.
But
paid? You know what?
Sponsors,
would it be cool
sponsors.
If we got some sponsors?
Yeah.
And like go do a remote recording somewhere? That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Where we're
in Kentucky.
Not limited to a 1 ounce pour.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I wonder if we could.
So local bars and restaurants, holler at us.
Right. So Tuesday, real quick, we went again this year and volunteered to work the election polls, which is really, really cool. I know that not everyone has the opportunity to take a day off to do that, but
I will just say it's for all the people that do it. It's a thankless job. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's a 14-hour day. You know, they're there checking people in, passing out ballots. You know, it's a long day, and they can't leave.
It's long and tedious and so worth it. You know, I mean, it's playing an active role in facilitating our democracy. I mean, it's really, really cool.
And they're always looking for people.
No,
yeah, I'm sure.
Not hating, but predominantly the pool of volunteers is an older generation. And everything's going digital, and it's harder and harder for some of these people to keep up with the pace, working on the tablet and all this stuff. So I mean, if you ever get the opportunity to sign up to volunteer to work the polls,
please do.
I suggest doing it. It's and you get like a poke in the eye, $50 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And if you can't do that, at least vote.
At least
go vote, folks. Yeah, please. But hey, we're not here to talk about politics. We do want to thank you guys for your time. We will see you next Thursday at 2:00. As far as I know, we haven't changed the schedule of this next week. So
I hadn't heard.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys next
week.
We
like to do things on the fly, though.
We'll talk more about Thanksgiving and
I think next week we're going to talk pretty heavy on Beaujolais.
We got some fun wine stuff to do next week.
We'll have some
more kind of direct tasting.
The Nouveau will be in.
Technical diving into some more wine stuff. Yeah.
Right. All right, folks. We'll see you next time. Keep on sipping.
Thanks a lot.
Remember to subscribe to our podcast, Sips on the Rock, and like us on all the socials to keep up with what's new in the wide world of alcohol. Shop LegacyLR.com for curbside pickup or local delivery. Remember, for better service and better selection, shop local. Please enjoy responsibly. Cheers.